If you're not already using these features on Poshmark, you really should, because they will really help increase your sales. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark. Today I want to talk about key features and secret hidden tools of Poshmark that maybe you didn't know of, or maybe you did know of, but you didn't really use it properly. These are all things that really help you maximize your profits on the app and make sure that you are making a lot of sales and make sure that you are very successful. There are a lot of hidden features that people don't necessarily know of, or they don't know the purpose of, or it's not as obvious as you may think. And so that's what this video is going to be. If this is something that interests you, please feel free to keep watching and subscribe for more content like this. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Before we get into the video, I'm going to let you know that I'm gonna provide like screenshots or video recordings of me actually using these features as we go through them, just because I think that will be really helpful and kind of provide like a demo. But the first feature I want to talk about is the share to bundle feature. This is when either somebody likes your item, or somebody has liked your item but then you relisted it and so then their like is not there anymore, or if you're trying to style somebody and you found a piece that you think they would like based on like their size, or maybe they had let you know like, hey, if you have any more of this size in the future, can you let me know? This share to bundle feature is really helpful for that, because then you can just kind of share it with them and it goes directly into their bundle without them having to like it. So this is kind of like a pro tip, is like if someone doesn't like your item but you still want to kind of send them an offer or show them an item specifically, you can share it to the bundle. So all you have to do is you basically click on the item and then you click the little share icon at the top, and then you can type it in the search unless their name already appears, and then you click on it and click share, and then it'll share it directly to their bundle. So then when you go to their page, it will be in their bundle right there for you. And then you'll see also below their bundle anything that they've liked or anything like that. And so this is really helpful for many reasons, as I already stated, but it's also just really nice to be able to do this, because a lot of the times you have to like tag the person in a comment to show them an item, and then you have that comment just chilling there and like you can't really delete it, or you know, it's kind of just a waste. So now this is kind of nice because you can show them the item, you can say, I have this item that I think you would be interested in, and if they're not interested, all they have to do is remove it from their bundle. And it's very simple, there's no like traceability of it, so it's not like it's going to like show up anywhere. And if they do like it, then they can purchase it, and like you can kind of comment on the bundle saying, hey, there's this pair of pants that I thought you would like, it's in your size, you had told me that you were looking for, you know, more in this size, here you go. It's very simple. And a lot of people do this actually too when you are hosting a posh party. They will send you things to your bundle that they want host pics for. I've gotten this happen to me like several times where I'm like, why are people like adding things to my bundle? But it's a way for things to get to you with more visibility, so you can actually see it as opposed to just liking the item or something like that. So this is very beneficial in many ways, and I think it's very important to use, and especially in the case when you're trying to like show more items to a buyer of a previous, you know, purchase. Next feature that you can use that also kind of helps you determine if someone has bought from you before, or just in general like what their purchases are, what their interests are, is using the style card. This is really helpful because it shows you if they've bought from you before, it shows you what they've purchased, or you know, what their interests are, what their brands are, what their sizing is, and it kind of helps you really just figure out what their size is, what their color scheme is, what they really like, and then therefore you can recommend more things to them. So if you're trying to come up with an outfit for them, you can find a pair of pants from your closet, and then maybe you can find a shirt based on what they've already purchased, or you can find something based on their size. So it's really helpful to use the style cards, but I didn't know what it was for many years. I never really used it, and then I was using it one day and I was like, this is very helpful, and it's something that a lot of people don't know about, and then when you find out about it, you're like, wow, this could be really useful. So I think this is a really important feature that doesn't really get talked about enough. So the next game-changing feature has kind of changed the game for me in many ways. It is how to provide an offer to someone without giving them a shipping discount. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I don't want to give a shipping discount because my price is already so low. So in this case, if you use offer to likers, you have to provide a shipping discount, and the price of the item has to be 10% less than the listing price or the last offer, and then you also have to provide a shipping discount on top of that. So the way to go around doing this, and the way to not have to go under a certain amount or give a shipping discount is using the bundle feature. So if you add their item to a bundle and you send them a direct offer that way, you don't have to provide a shipping discount and you do not have to provide a certain amount of a percentage lower on the item. And this is also nice too because it's per person, so you can send different offers for, you know, each person that you send it to. While the offers to likers, it's going to send it to every single person that liked the item. It's going to send the same offer. So this is like nice because you can send different offers and you can send like whatever amount you want. So if you're on your first round of sending an offer to the person, you can send it a little higher, and so you can do it different per person, per liker. And this is really helpful to send an offer without a shipping discount, because you can kind of make your own rule here. You don't have to give a certain amount off. You don't have to give a shipping discount. And so this is like a hidden feature that a lot of people don't know about because they just assume that the offers to likers is how you send out offers. And while this is true most of the time, and while that is, you know, a really good way to do it, I think using the bundle feature is kind of like a hidden secret gem because it's very beneficial to send offers without having to send a shipping discount. So the next feature I want to talk about, I kind of have mixed feelings about myself, and it is the vacation hold. So back when I first started reselling, I would put my closet on vacation hold here and there, like if I'd go away or if I was busy for a couple days, and I would see it really hurt my business, where then when I'd come back, it'd be really hard to make sales. And then, so for a while, I never really wanted to use the vacation hold, and I always just was like, well, if I'm away for a couple days, I'll just get the package out, you know, when I get back. But I started to since realize that the vacation hold is actually a very good tool because you can put your closet on vacation hold whenever you want. Say you just need a day that you do not want to have to ship things out, or you're going away for the weekend and you don't want to have to worry about a sale, you know, being made on Friday and then not being able to get it out till Monday or whatever. So this is really nice for that reason, but also it's really nice too. And this has happened to me several times where I will have a bunch of active offers, but then I will kind of be waiting for someone to respond, and then, you know, the next day I know I'm going out of town and I'm not going to be there to get the orders out. So you just put your closet on vacation hold and it kind of makes it so no one can purchase. So you don't have to worry about a sale being made when you're not there to get it out. And then you can take your closet off of vacation hold when you're back, and then if they still want the item, they can purchase it. So I actually had this happen to me the other day. I sent out offers on a Wednesday, I think, and I was going out of town on Thursday, and I put my closet on vacation hold, and I was like, you know what, I don't want people to purchase and then me not be able to get them out on time. So I put it on vacation hold, and then Friday I opened up my closet again because I was going to be home, and then somebody actually purchased from that offer that I had originally sent them. And so I was like, good, that was good timing. Now I will get it out the next day and it won't be sitting around waiting and collecting ship time. Because I try to keep my closet very good with ship time. I try to get my items out same day or next day, especially around the weekends. So if, you know, the item is purchased on a Friday, I don't want to wait till Monday to get it out. I try to get it out Saturday. And so it's very important to do this, and so that's why the vacation hold is actually really helpful. And what I've since realized is it doesn't necessarily hurt you in sales as long as you continue to do everything else that you were doing on the app, you know, sharing, posting new inventory, stuff like that, doing all the things that you would normally do. It's not gonna hurt you, and when you come back, you'll still be able to make sales. So I think this feature is really important to use, and I think it's, you know, it kind of gets overlooked sometimes and people don't want to use it, but I think it actually really helps you. The new feature that Poshmark brought out last year, the Closet Insights, is very, very helpful to see your analytical data. So it kind of shows you how many sales you're making, on what days you're making sales. You can compare it to the prior month. You can see, you know, the current month, you can see the last year, you can see all time. And it really shows you specifically how much you're bringing in each day, where the trends are, if you're, you know, making a lot of sales and then no sales and then a lot of sales, or it'll show you, you know, how many pieces of inventory you're adding to your closet each day, and each month. It'll show you what brands are being sold, what sizes are being sold. It basically tells you everything that you would need to know about your data. And while this is just fun to look at sometimes to see how much you're bringing in, it's also really helpful because then you know, okay, well, this is my top selling brand. Maybe I should be finding this more at the thrift stores. So I actually use this to, you know, determine what brands I should source when I go out. And so like I made a video in the past, I'll actually look it up here above, but I made a video basically talking about my top selling brands. And in this video, I talk about how, you know, certain mall brands such as American Eagle, Express, and brands like that are actually my top selling brands. And I could see that based on my analytical charts that they are just way above any other brand. And so when I go to the thrift stores, if I find them cheap enough, I will buy them because I know that they're going to sell and I know they are my top selling brands. And so I think it's really helpful to use this because you can determine what brands you should pick up based on what has sold for you in the past. And especially if you are using that first feature that we talked about where you're sending people items that, you know, they've prior purchased, you can use this to kind of analyze, okay, well, this person has bought this before and it's a top selling brand, so I could pick it up knowing that it's probably going to sell, or I can, you know, send it to an offer to someone that has prior purchased from me. So it has many perks to use the Closet Insights. And it'll also show you how, and this is one of my favorite features, it'll show you how you make most of your sales, whether that be offers to likers, whether that be a bundle feature, whether that be buy now. Unfortunately for me, mine is mostly offers, which I'm trying to get rid of that. I'm trying to make it so it's mostly buy now or, you know, through bundle, but it kind of shows you that. And so it's kind of neat to look at and kind of understand how your sales are coming in. And maybe that's how you should, you know, adjust your business is, you know, if most of your sales are coming in from offers, well, then maybe you should be sending out more offers because you're increasing your odds of making a sale. So I think this Closet Insights is very helpful, and it's very helpful to see, you know, the brands that you're selling, the cost that you're selling them at, because you could see like the average cost of good based on, you know, how much they're selling for. And so it's a very important tool to use, and just like the, you know, inventory report and the sales report, like those are really helpful because it shows you your sales, you know, in a chart form. But this is nice because it has like graphs and you can kind of filter it the way you want, and you can kind of compare it to the prior month. So if you're saying like, I think this month isn't really that great, you can compare it and see. And it has a lot of good features, so if you're not already using the Closet Insights, you really should, because it will really help you kind of understand your data and how to make your business even better. So this next feature is kind of a controversial feature on Poshmark. It's like the RePosh feature. A lot of people don't actually like it, but I think it can be kind of beneficial in a way. So this feature is basically if someone purchases from you and either the item doesn't fit or it's not what they wanted or whatever the case may be, they can reposh it if you have that turned on your account. And basically it just kind of relists the photo on their page, but at the bottom it says reposh from so-and-so. And so it uses your pictures and your description and then basically just, you know, relists it on their page. And some people don't like this because some people, you know, they don't want other people to use their photos or, you know, whatever the case may be. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's not like they're taking your photos, it's just they're reposhing it and they're giving you credit for the item because it says reposh from so-and-so on the bottom. And it's not like they're trying to take it from you, it's just, you know, they're reposhing it. They're letting you know that, hey, I bought this on Poshmark, it doesn't fit me, and I want to, you know, sell it to somebody else. And so I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I know some resellers do, and they turned off that feature so then somebody can't reposh it. But I also like being able to see that traceability, because then I know, like, are they really over pricing for this item? Because like sometimes when somebody reposhes, they want to charge more so they cover the cost that they paid for it, you know, plus the shipping and everything like that. So it's nice to actually be able to see, like, okay, well, let me click on where they bought it from and see how much they purchased it for. So I leave this feature turned on. I don't actually see it happen a lot where somebody reposhes something that I, you know, gave them, but I have had it happen before, and it does not really upset me too much. But I know a lot of people take really, you know, they take a lot of pride in their photos and they don't like this feature, but it's actually not a bad feature, and I think by default it's turned on in your settings. But if you do not want someone to be able to use your photos and you do not want people to reposh your items, you could just turn that setting off, and then therefore they can't actually, you know, reposh your items in the future. This next feature on Poshmark I didn't know about for the longest time, and then one day I just came across it and I said, what is this? And I didn't realize that you could actually make like money from it. And so it's the campaigns tab, and this is really interesting because you can basically do certain things, like they're like little challenges, kind of like what Facebook had back in the day, I think. But I never really used them. I didn't really know what they were for, but this is kind of neat because they're different challenges that you can do, and then Posh will actually give you real money for doing these challenges. So like I remember last year when they made the electronics category on Poshmark, they were basically enticing people to add electronics to Poshmark. So they would say, okay, add an electronic and we'll give you $5 or we'll give you $10, something like that. So it's really simple to do because all you have to do is like follow the criteria, and you have a certain amount of time, and then you have criteria that you have to meet. But it's like as simple as just following the prompt, and then they give you, credits. And so I did this once. It was like a listing challenge, and basically it was like list a pair of sneakers and then list a pair of leggings, and it was just like a week long of challenges that you do, and then each day it's like a different campaign. And so all you do is like you follow the criteria, you list what it says, and then you wait for it to go through. Like Poshmark will verify that you added that item within those days, and then they will give you the money for it. And I actually earned a decent amount from this. I stopped doing the campaigns because there wasn't anything of interest for a while, but they are really helpful ways to actually just get money on Poshmark. And if you are especially a buyer and a seller, you can use that money to put towards purchases because it becomes like credits. So I think this is really helpful, and a lot of people don't know that you can actually earn money through Poshmark without even making a sale. And so it's a hidden feature that I really like to use because it's there to make money for, and they're fun little challenges. And typically when they add a new category on Poshmark, I think they even did it when they added the pet section, they kind of just, want people to add more, and so they try to entice people to do that by, giving them money for it. So always keep an eye on the My Campaigns tab and kind of see what they're, giving away. And a lot of the times the challenges are really easy to do, so you might as well do them and get free money. Another really important feature that I set up a long time ago when I established my Poshmark business was the My Seller discounts. This is really helpful to use because if somebody wants to bundle a couple items from your closet, and then they want to use the buy now feature after that, it's really helpful to have a seller discount set up. So for example, in my closet, I have a bundle discount of 3 or more items, and then you get a 15% automatic discount if you bundle them. So this is nice because it tells the buyer on the page, okay, well, if you bundle 3 things, you get an automatic 15% discount on your bundle. So it lets them know that if they want that discount, they add 3 or more items to their bundle. And I've actually had several buyers do this, and then it kind of, shows you the math. It'll say like, okay, they added 3 items, they got their 15% discount, and here's what they paid. And it's really nice because it's kind of like a built-in offer that you don't actually have to send out. And it's really nice too because it kind of entices people to buy more from you, which is then getting rid of more inventory, and then also just, making your sales more worth it for the buyer. So I highly recommend setting up a seller discount if you don't already have one. You can kind of make it whatever you want. Like you can do 2 or more items, you could do 4 or more items, and you can kind of make it whatever percent. I mean, I think I just set mine to the minimum of 15%. Or I don't even know if that's still the minimum, but you can make it 40% if you really want it and go wild, if you're having like a big sale. But you can kind of customize it, and you can change it whenever, you want. It doesn't have to be, forever thing, but it's a really helpful tool to use, and some people just don't know about it. And of course, I could not let this video go without talking about the new feature that Poshmark just released and is actually currently active now on Poshmark. That is the bulk share all feature. While all the bulk sharing and bulk, offer and all that, those are all really helpful, the bulk share now is probably the most helpful tool that Poshmark has released in a long time. This is a feature that everyone has been asking for since the day that they started this, bulk sharing process of, selecting each item and then sharing it. Before it was like you had to share each individual item. If you've been on Poshmark long enough, you remember this. It was like you had to share, and then you had to click yes, and then you just had to share, and it took forever to share that way. And then there became a way to share in bulk, where it was like you select each item and then you click share, and then it kind of goes through. But also this kind of took forever because you'd have to go through and select each item. And if you have a lot of inventory, like I only have 200 items, but if you have thousands of pieces, it kind of takes forever to go through and select each item. And then when you get to the bottom and you realize you skipped a piece and you have to go back and find that piece. So this share all, select all feature is very, very helpful because then you don't have to go and select through, all the items anymore. And so they announced the web version of this on Friday. So I'm actually filming this over the weekend, and the Poshmark app feature will be released on Monday. A lot of people so far are saying that the web version is nice, but it has some flaws. And so I was going to discuss those with you right now in case you were unaware. Basically, if you use this share all feature, you need to scroll through the closet as it's sharing, or else it's not going to share all the pieces. So a lot of people were like, oh, well, this is nice, but it only shared my first 48 listings. You need to scroll through as it's sharing. So it's kind of not like the best feature yet, because there's still some kinks in it, but it's still an improvement of what you had to do in the past. So all you gotta do is scroll through as it's sharing. And then the next thing you need to make sure, because a lot of people were like, oh, well, this is nice, but it's sharing every single item I had in my closet, including my sold items. So you need to make sure that your items are filtered on only available items. So it's kind of like when you were, checking them off, you were only sharing the available items. So it's the same thing here. Filter your closet on available items and then use the select all, and it will only share anything that is actually available for sale. On the app, it's going to be a little different, I think, and I will actually include some, screen recordings of me using it later, and it basically is going to be so nice because instead of having to click through and share every single item now, you could just select all, and then it will share everything. And so I'm very excited for this, and it's kind of a game changer, especially for those that do not have a VA. I swear by my VA, and I will keep my VA after this. If you would like to see a video on why I would keep my VA after this feature has been released, a lot of people have been asking me if I was going to get rid of my VA after this. If you want a video on that, let me know down below. I think I want to make a video kind of explaining why I think keeping a VA after this feature has been released is a good idea. But a lot of people are asking, like, do you still need it? Like, this is a really quick, easy way to share. And so I think it's very beneficial if you do not have a VA, because it's a very quick way to share. But I think sharing with your VA is still helpful and can still kind of bring in the sales. But this kind of is a really more efficient way, because I felt like I just wasted so much time like selecting all of the items. And again, if you have a lot of pieces in your closet, it will take forever to select them all. So Poshmark has come a big way with this, share all feature, and I'm really excited to see how people use it going forward. Some people complain that maybe this is going to clog up the feeds more because there's going to be so many people sharing all their inventory as opposed to, select pieces of inventory. But honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's really beneficial for those that want to share their closet a lot and don't want to sit there and select all the items. So I think overall its benefits outweigh the cons. But let me know down below what your thoughts are. I know so many people were very excited about this new feature, and I don't know, like, I couldn't wait any longer for the feature to come out, so I was very excited when they announced it. But let me know down below if you like it, or if you don't like it, like, are you going to be using it? But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on it. But all in all, this is the video on all the secret hidden gems of tools on Poshmark. I'm sure there's more that I missed in this video, and maybe if this video, if everyone likes it, I will do another part 2 down the line with, upgraded tools and other hidden gems on Poshmark. So yeah, I hope this video helped you, and maybe it helped you discover a feature that you didn't really know about, or you didn't know how to use it properly. And if you have any hidden gems or tools that you like using on Poshmark, let me know down below, because I'm always curious too. Like, I like to learn new tools and gems on Poshmark to kind of help me make more sales. So if I missed any that you really like using, let me know down below, and I will look into them and maybe start using them myself. But if you like to see a video on what will get you banned on Poshmark and just the things to do and not do on Poshmark, click right here. And if you want to see how I made my first $10,000 reselling, click right here. It's got some really interesting stories about how I started reselling and, the inventory I was picking up and how I made, a good amount of money. But until next time, I will see you then.